So, welcome to my review of The Witcher for the Mac. One thing I'll probably say off the bat for this, the graphics might not be absolutely amazing because I'm using it on one of my less powerful Macs. But it's the only one I had handy, and this is the only time I'm going to get a chance to do this review. So, straight off the bat, I'd have to say that Witcher was a game that I was told about for quite a long time by one of my mates. And he kept saying at the time, he had it on PC, he kept saying this game's absolutely fucking amazing. And not owning any PCs and not really wanting to install Windows on my computer, I'll just have a wee run around in the meantime. I didn't really have an opportunity to play this game. But I've now finally got it on Mac, and I have to say, it's fucking brilliant. I don't normally play these types of games. There we go. There's a wee hooker for you there. That's a pretty good introduction to this game, to be honest. All the women are absolute slappers. And we'll get back to that. Look at that. She's, one of her straps is falling down. She's not even checking it. Anyway, so this game is absolutely brilliant. I don't normally play these types of kind of fantasy RPG type things, but everything works pretty well about this game. First disappointment though, it's, for anyone that knows much about gaming on Macs, a fairly recent. I'll chase that chicken. On chicken. That's some of the brilliance you can do in this game. I know you've been able to do that since Ocarina of Time, but now you can do it slightly nicer looking graphics. So one of the disappointments straight off the bat with this game would be the fact that it's a cider port. Now, anyone that knows anything about Mac games will know that cider ports are basically just the Windows version of the game wrapped up using software called Wine that kind of emulates it. And the problem with it is you don't get a perfect round of graphics in this game compared to the PC version. There's a few kind of texture issues, and there's certain points where characters aren't represented quite right. But on the whole, it's pretty good. And at the moment, I'm pretty sure it's $6.99 on the Steam store. And $9.99 if you're in America, which is an absolute fucking steal. I've not had a massive chance to play in this game. This is actually some footage I recorded on fairly early on in the game, which I think this is chapter 2. So I've not had a massive amount of time to play it, but I'll give you a wee look at some of the things like combat and stuff like that. So I'll be back in a wee minute. So this is the point that I'm actually at in the game. Now, a lot of you will probably be thinking that isn't that far at all, but you know what, I've not really had much of a chance to play this game. They've done quite a good job with the environments in this game, but it is a game from 2007, and to be honest, the graphics are pretty good for a game of its time. But like I was saying again, it's kind of lazy that this is a cider port of the game, because seeing as this game is now 5 years old, they've had more than enough time to make a native back version of it. It's just kind of like I'm saying, being completely lazy just to make a bit of money. Now, the kind of combat in this game, it's quite kind of laid back and casual, which I quite like. I don't like anything that's too complicated. Yes, that is a naked green woman. Yeah, that's pretty indicative of this game again, which I'll get to in a minute. This is one of probably the most misogynistic games ever, and it's fucking brilliant because of it. Honestly, they've obviously thought, right, who's our main market here? We fat virgins that live in their basements and love playing these fantasy games, right? Now, I have absolutely no problem with people playing fantasy games, no problem at all. Some people play it a little bit too much to the extreme, and I do have a little bit of a problem with that. But they've obviously thought, what are these games missing? And they're missing the opportunity to go out and shag loads of women with absolutely no problem at all. And that's pretty much the way it is in this game. I'm going to try and find something to fight. Hang on, let's have a wee look at my map. Right. There'll be something kicking about these swamps. That's me got my sword. Oh fuck, there we go. There's something straight off the bat. So you've got a combination of magic and sword work in this game. I'll get my proper sword out. Now you basically just click to attack something, and then you'll get those wee kind of fiery sword icons up, and if you click at the right time you can kind of time things better, and you'll become a little bit, you'll be a bit more devastating. I'm kind of fighting like group attack, I'm getting absolutely humped for some reason. I don't know why. Hang on, let me just fucking use a bit of magic in these guys. Knock the fuck out. Stab. It's quite satisfying actually. You can kill people in quite brutal ways in this game, which is always good. I should have done this in the first place, shouldn't I? Did. So the combat's not bad in this game. It's nothing immensely complicated, and that's why I quite like it. It keeps things quite casual. Oh fucking hell, there's a big tentacle thing. I'm going to run over here. They can strike you from a distance with these wee dart things, which is fucking annoying. See, this is the thing. You wait and you go, oh, maybe try and find some enemies, and then you get fucking millions at once. Fuck off, mate. So as you can see, this game's running a little bit jerky currently. It's partly because it's been recorded, but also there are definite points in this game where the the kind of frame rate does drop a lot, and that's partly due to the cider wrapping. I have actually had quite a few crashes with this game as well. You have to save quite regularly because wine does pack in quite a lot, and you can lose kind of all your progress, which is really fucking annoying. Generally, it does save most of the time, or does do a quick save anyway, when you're coming in and out of houses. So sometimes you're backed up, but it's always good to kind of, cover your back a bit. But I've kind of ran around a bit. I've had a bit of a fight with a few different characters. There's a big slug thing. I'll stab the fuck out of him. Oh fuck it, I better run away. There's too many of them. As you can see, I play this game pretty fucking casually. You've got two kind of swords that the Witcher generally carries. You've got your silver sword, which you use for monsters, which I haven't been using, which I should have been. Oh fucking hell, there's a wolf and everything now. Oh shit, they're fucking everywhere. So generally you use your silver sword to kill monsters and stuff, and then you use your regular steel sword to chop up humans and such, because it said that the silver sword isn't particularly isn't particularly good to use against humans, but to be honest, I think if I twatted someone with a silver sword, they'd still fucking feel it. They're having a wee play there. Fuck, I've led loads of wolves into this camp here. Hopefully they'll... Oh fuck, don't jump around that fence! Fucking hell. Right, so you've probably seen me playing at my absolute worst at the moment because I'm trying to multitask, but I'll probably now just go and focus on some of the funnier parts of the game. For example, how horrendously easy, or actually how hilariously easy it is to have sex with women in this game. So here's probably one of the flat out easiest ways to get your hole in this game. I'll just speak to this lovely lady here. For you, a special price. How nice. Now, because I did a quest for them earlier, I've got two options. I can either choose to offer them what should they call a bribe, or
a colder boss.
Right, fuck off. Right, or because I did a little quest earlier on and helped them out, I can give them a little gift, which happens to be where did I put it? Daisies, right? Now, if I give this woman a flower, a bunch of daisies. Now, anyone that will know anything about flowers will know that daisies are cheap as fuck.
I don't know how princesses imprisoned in towers show their gratitude when they're freed, but I promise you, you won't be disappointed.
And that's how easy it is. And this is your reward for shagging a woman in this game. You get basically a picture of them naked. Now, they've done it in kind of a painted art style. Now, I don't know if that's to add an element of kind of gravitas to it. Are they trying to make it more classy? Probably not. They're obviously thinking Pokemon cards were successful. Let's get on the back of it by giving naked women, and you've got to basically collect them all. Now, these romance cards, actually, when I first heard about them from my mates, I thought they sounded hilarious, and I actually have had quite a bit of fun thus far collecting them, because it's just something else to do, and it's so unbelievably easy to get most of the women in this game to sleep with you, that why the fuck not? And the only kind of slight gripe I have with it is the fact that it's given a slightly false impression to a lot of perhaps the younger boys that will be playing this game, thinking, here, I'll just get a bunch of daisies, take them down the road, and that girl's going to guaranteed sleep with me. It's not that easy, but the daisies do help. Now, I'm currently playing back through an earlier part of the game just to show you this, but this is me come across a corpse here, and he happens to be carrying on him some flowers that, as you can read there, it says they can be sold or given to a woman. As you saw earlier on with the daisies, the flowers are actually a pretty essential part of winning favour with women in this game. Now this is kind of, I don't know if I'd call this a quest, but it's almost like a little kind of side quest, I suppose, this part here. That guy there was basically the lover of one of the women in town, and he was on his way to take those tulips to her, but he ended up getting, as you saw there, pretty horrifically murdered. Now, if I can find that woman in this town and give her the tulips, basically I'll become her lover now. That's how simple it is. Hang on, let's see. I'm trying to remember if it's her. Is it? Yep, definitely.
Greetings, handsome traveller.
First kind words I've heard.
See, this is kind of an example of the camera going a wee bit mental in this game, but right, okay. I like travellers. One showered me with flowers. That's the guy we were talking about there that just got fucking murdered. So I'll take his tulips, give them to her.
Last I got tulips, my beloved called me the most beautiful.
Look how much of a smooth bastard we are. Look. What do you say we go find a nook somewhere? Right, now I could be the good guy and go, just a pleasant gesture, take care. That's what I could do. But who's going to play the game like that? Let's say we find a nook somewhere. And that's it. Just another one conquested. There you go, pouring milk all over herself. Bloody peasants. But there you go, there's another art card for you. And that took the grand total of about 2 fucking seconds to do. So I could spend forever showing you how easy it is to pump girls in this game, but I'll probably just move on now to show you how easily corruptible even the best women in this game are. So I'm currently standing in front of the fire in front of Shani, who's probably one of the most respectable female characters in the game because she is a member of the medical profession. However, it still doesn't affect your chances of being able to pump her. So let me introduce you to her there. There is not a single unattractive woman in this game that's below the age of 40. I mean, you've got like other old hags and stuff, but other than that, pretty much everyone looks absolutely amazing. Right, so by this point in the game, I'll have known Shani for about a chapter, and it's quite late at night, and I've creeped into her room, and I'm just going to stand above her bed like an absolute creep. There she is. I'm going to wake her up. Look at the nick of that. Now, that's actually fairly modest for the woman in the game. And yeah, I think this pretty much speaks for itself. So that's me back, standing next to Green Tits, about to give you my final impressions for this game. So obviously I'm kind of fairly early on in it, so I can't give you a scope of the full game, but so far, for $6.99, this game is well worth it. I went into this game with quite a lot of expectations for it because I've been told for so long by a lot of my mates that had this game, buy it, you should really buy it. And I don't make a lot of games purchases because I've got a Mac, and there's not too many people that play games on Macs, as you'll probably be well aware. That is getting, to be a bigger number. There are more of us, and to be honest, we probably do deserve more than to just get cider wrapped games all the time. It'd be nice to get some more native ports, but to be honest, if that's what it takes to get to play these games, then I'll put up with it, because Witcher is well worth the $6.99. Obviously I've not focused too much on things like combat and stuff like that in this game. The combat system, like I was saying earlier, is perfectly easy enough to use, and you'll enjoy it. What would I give this? If I had 2 thumbs, I'd probably give this game I'd probably give it 2 thumbs, mainly because of the price I got it at. It's well worth paying your money for on Steam, and so far story's been pretty good, side quests and all that's been good, and it's good just to wander about. As a matter of fact, actually, I've got away from her for a second because I'm going to go to a more serious point. I'm going to look at this tree and say, and I can still see her arse, I'll move the camera. I'd be quite keen to know what a lot of female gamers think about this. I haven't had much opportunity to speak to any girls on the matter of The Witcher. Obviously I've had an opportunity to speak to women, but not women that play The Witcher. So if there's any girls out there that have watched this review and have made assumptions based on it, or there's ladies out there who have actually played The Witcher, I would be extremely keen to know what your thoughts are on this game, because I personally think it's absolutely brilliant, but obviously I realised as well the programmers for this game have a fairly casual approach to their thoughts on women. So yeah, I'd be quite keen to see what they have to say for it. So I'll just slaughter this last wolf, take care of business. Come on, what the fuck? This guy's pretty tough actually for a little wolf. Send him. Fucking hell, you're embarrassing me, mate. Just die. Right, deed. So yeah, 2 thumbs up. Go and buy The Witcher.